Introduction. Hey there. So you've got some questions about love, sex, and all the juicy stuff in between, huh? Well, you've come to the right place. We're about to dive into some fascinating insights from the book Dollars and Sex: How Economics Influences Sex and Love. This isn't going to be your typical dry academic lecture. Think of it more like a fun, enlightening chat between friends. First off, let me tell you about the author, Dr. Marina Adshade. She's an economist with a knack for storytelling, and she's got some pretty cool ideas about how economics shapes our love lives. Dr. Adshade has spent years digging into the numbers and theories, and she's here to break it all down for us in a way that actually makes sense. So, why should you care about this book? Well, if you've ever wondered why some relationships work and others don't, or why dating seems so complicated these days, this book has some answers. It's all about understanding the hidden forces at play, the ones you don't even realize are affecting your love life. Have you ever wondered if national well-being is higher in countries where men have larger penises? Or, more to the point, does it surprise you to learn that upon discovering the global penile length distribution map, an economist started looking around for an economic question that the data might answer? That's the kind of intriguing and sometimes hilarious angles Dr. Adshade brings to the table. Economics is often called the dismal science, not because economists are always predicting doom and gloom, but because early economists like Thomas Malthus had a pretty bleak outlook on human behavior, especially when it came to sex. But not all economists are downers. Over the past decade, there has been a burst of research activity where academics have eagerly used economic theory to explore matters of the heart and other body parts. The resulting literature is a collection of theories and evidence that can make anyone excited about economics. Dr. Adshade started talking about sex and love to get her university students excited about economics. Over time, she realized this approach was evolving into a completely novel way for them to understand their place in the market for sex and love. They began to appreciate how economics influences their mating behavior and apply the concepts to their own lives. She argues that almost every option, decision, and outcome in matters of sex and love is better understood by thinking within an economic framework. Without considering economic forces, our understanding of the world around us is incomplete. Whether we're discussing government subsidies for birth control or deciding if we want to risk having sex outside our marriage, economics has a lot to offer in understanding these choices. Dr. Adshade uses vivid examples from history and contemporary life to illustrate her points. For instance, she talks about how technological advancements, like the birth control pill, have revolutionized sexual behaviors. We'll also draw parallels to today's world, think dating apps, social media influences, and modern gender roles. Our journey will take us through various stages of life and love, from the carefree days of youth to the complexities of marriage and beyond. We'll explore college hookups, online dating, marriage dynamics, and even love in later years. Each chapter is packed with stories, data, and insights that reveal how economic forces shape our intimate lives. Whether you're a college student navigating the dating scene, a professional balancing career and romance, or someone exploring relationships later in life, this audiobook has something for you. Get ready for a journey that's as enlightening as it is entertaining, with a friendly, conversational tone that feels like chatting with a close friend who just happens to know a lot about economics. Let's dive in and uncover the hidden forces that shape our most personal decisions. Welcome to Dollars and Sex. Chapter 1. Love the one you're with. Did you know that Casanova, the legendary lover, used lemons as contraceptives? It sounds wild, but it's true. In 2003, a keynote speaker at an economics conference shared this quirky tidbit to make a point about how new technologies have historically shaken up the cost-benefit analysis of having sex. Back in the day, the decision to have sex was a major consideration, primarily because the risks were so high: unwanted pregnancies, diseases, and social stigma. Fast forward to the 20th century, and the sexual revolution dramatically changed the landscape. Effective contraceptives like the birth control pill lowered the costs and risks associated with premarital sex. This shift led more people to say, "Why not?" when faced with the question, "Should I have sex tonight?" The liberalization of sexual values wasn't just about technology. It also involved changes in education and equality. By the year 2000, 75% of unmarried 19-year-old women were sexually active, compared to just 6% in 1900. That's a massive shift, right? Consider this. Premarital sex is strongly tied to family income. Girls from the poorest households are 50% more likely to be sexually active than those from the richest households. This connection between economics and sexual behavior is something Dr. Adshade explores in depth. Let's bring this to a more modern context. Think about dating apps like Tinder or Bumble. They've created thick markets where it's easier to find a potential partner. The economic principle here is that in a thick market, it's easier to match buyers and sellers. In this case, people looking for relationships or casual flings. Throughout this book, we see how these economic principles apply not just to historical trends, but also to our everyday lives. From college hookups to marriage negotiations, understanding the economics behind our choices can help us navigate the complexities of love and sex with a bit more clarity. In the past, marriage was often the only viable option for women to secure economic stability. However, as women gained access to education and entered the workforce, the economic necessity of marriage diminished. This shift allowed for greater freedom in choosing partners and experimenting with different types of relationships without the same economic pressures. Online dating is a prime example of how technology has created new economic dynamics in the search for love. These platforms have transformed dating into a marketplace where individuals can optimize their search for a partner based on specific criteria. This has increased the efficiency of the dating market, but also introduced new challenges, such as decision fatigue and the paradox of choice. Economic incentives also play a role in the dynamics of cohabitation versus marriage. Couples might choose to live together rather than marry to avoid the financial and legal complications of divorce. Additionally, the cost of weddings and the economic burden of starting a family can influence the decision to delay or forego marriage altogether. Understanding these economic factors helps to explain why certain behaviors and trends in love and sex occur. It also provides insight into how individuals can make more informed decisions in their personal lives. By viewing relationships through the lens of economics, we gain a deeper understanding of the motivations and constraints that shape our most intimate choices. Overall, the interplay between economics and relationships is complex and multifaceted. As we explore the various stages of life and love in this book, we'll continue to uncover how economic principles influence our romantic decisions, providing a richer understanding of the forces at play in our love lives. Chapter 2: Hooking Up in College. College life is often seen as a time of exploration and freedom, and this extends to romantic and sexual relationships. The environment of a college campus creates a unique marketplace for sex and love, driven by a variety of economic and social factors. One of the key economic principles at play in college dating is the concept of supply and demand. With more women attending college than men, the dating market on campuses has become skewed. This imbalance has significant implications for dating behaviors and relationships. When women outnumber men, the dynamics of dating shift, often leading to more casual relationships and hookups. Think about it this way. In a market where a certain group, in this case men, is in shorter supply, that group gains more bargaining power. Men on college campuses with a higher female-to-male ratio might find themselves with more opportunities for casual encounters, while women may feel more pressure to compete for male attention. This can lead to a culture where traditional dating takes a backseat to more transient, less committed relationships. Technological advancements, particularly the rise of dating apps and social media, have further transformed the college dating scene. Apps like Tinder and Bumble make it easier for students to find potential partners quickly and conveniently. These platforms contribute to a hookup culture by simplifying the process of meeting new people and reducing the perceived costs of casual sex. But it's not just about convenience. The economic realities of being a college student, such as balancing coursework, part-time jobs, and social lives, mean that many students opt for the flexibility of casual relationships over the time commitment of serious dating. This preference aligns with the economic concept of opportunity cost, where individuals weigh the benefits and trade-offs of different choices. The concept of thin versus thick markets also plays a role here. In a thin market, where there are fewer participants, it can be harder to find a good match. However, college campuses, with their dense populations of similarly aged individuals, create thick markets where the chances of finding a compatible partner are higher. This abundance of potential partners can lead to a shopping around mentality, where students feel less inclined to settle down quickly. Economic principles also explain the phenomenon of cuffing season, a term used to describe the trend where people seek out more serious relationships during the colder months. This behavior can be seen as a response to the increased costs, both emotional and physical, of being single during the winter. The desire for companionship and stability becomes more pronounced, leading to a temporary shift away from casual hookups. However, the impact of these economic and social factors is not uniform across all students. Individual preferences, backgrounds, and experiences play a significant role in shaping how each person navigates the college dating landscape. For some, the freedom of casual relationships aligns perfectly with their personal goals and lifestyles. For others, the search for a meaningful connection remains a priority despite the prevailing hookup culture. In summary, the college dating scene is a complex interplay of economic principles, social dynamics, and individual choices. By understanding the economic forces at work, we can gain insight into why certain trends emerge and how students make decisions about their romantic and sexual lives. This understanding can help students navigate their relationships with greater awareness and confidence, making the most of their college experience both academically and personally. Chapter 3: Love in Cyberspace. As we move from the college campus to the broader digital world, the landscape of love and sex continues to evolve. The internet has revolutionized how we meet, date, and form relationships. Online dating, social media, and other digital platforms have created new marketplaces for love, bringing together people from all walks of life. Online dating is a prime example of how technology can create thick markets. Unlike traditional dating scenes, where your pool of potential partners is limited to your social circle or local area, online dating sites and apps offer access to thousands of singles. This increased choice can improve the likelihood of finding a compatible partner, but it also introduces the paradox of choice, where too many options can lead to decision fatigue and difficulty committing. Economics plays a significant role in online dating. Dating platforms operate as businesses, using algorithms and data to match users. These algorithms are designed to maximize user engagement and satisfaction, which in turn drives the platform's profitability. By analyzing user preferences and behaviors, these algorithms can suggest matches that are more likely to be successful, creating a more efficient market for love. The economic concept of signaling is also at play in online dating. Just as job seekers signal their qualifications to potential employers through resumes and interviews, online daters signal their attractiveness and compatibility through profiles and messages. The quality of these signals can significantly impact dating success. High-quality photos, well-crafted profiles, and engaging conversations can all serve as signals that increase the likelihood of attracting desirable matches. But digital love isn't without its challenges. The anonymity and distance provided by the internet can lead to deceptive behaviors. Catfishing, where individuals create fake profiles to deceive others, is a well-known issue. This type of behavior can be seen as a form of market failure, where information asymmetry between users leads to mistrust and inefficiency in the dating market. Another interesting aspect of online dating is the impact of network effects. The more users a platform has, the more valuable it becomes to each user. This creates a positive feedback loop where popular platforms attract even more users, enhancing the overall experience. This is why we see dominant players like Tinder, Bumble, and OkCupid consistently maintaining large user bases. Social media also plays a significant role in modern relationships. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter allow us to maintain connections, share experiences, and even signal relationship status. The economic principle of externalities is evident here. Positive externalities occur when sharing happy moments strengthens bonds with friends and family. However, negative externalities can arise when oversharing or social comparison leads to jealousy, insecurity, or relationship conflicts. Digital communication tools, like texting and video calls, have transformed how we maintain long-distance relationships. These tools reduce the costs associated with geographic separation, making it easier to sustain emotional connections despite physical distance. The ability to stay in constant contact helps mitigate the challenges of long-distance relationships, which historically faced higher rates of failure due to the high costs of maintaining communication. Despite these advancements, some argue that digital interactions lack the depth and authenticity of face-to-face connections. The economic principle of opportunity cost comes into play here, as time spent engaging online may detract from building deeper, in-person relationships. Balancing digital and real-world interactions becomes crucial for maintaining healthy and fulfilling relationships. Understanding the economic dynamics of love in cyberspace helps us navigate the complexities of digital dating and relationships. By recognizing the principles at play, we can make more informed decisions about how we present ourselves online, choose platforms that best meet our needs, and balance our digital and offline interactions to build meaningful connections. The digital age offers unprecedented opportunities for love, but it also requires us to be savvy navigators of the online love market. Chapter 4. You Complete Me. Moving beyond the digital realm and into the dynamics of long-term relationships, we delve into how economic principles shape our decisions and behaviors when it comes to partnership and commitment. The idea that love and economics are intertwined may seem surprising, but it becomes clear when we examine concepts such as bargaining, division of labor, and the economics of household production. In any partnership, whether romantic or otherwise, bargaining plays a crucial role. Each partner brings their own preferences, resources, and constraints to the table. Negotiations occur over various aspects of life, from household chores and financial responsibilities to major life decisions such as career moves and family planning. The economic principle of bargaining power comes into play here. Partners with more resources, be it income, education, or social connections, often have greater influence in decision-making processes. Let's consider the division of labor within a household. Traditional economic theory suggests that specialization and trade can lead to increased efficiency. In a household context, this means partners often divide tasks based on their relative strengths and preferences. For example, if one partner excels at cooking while the other is better at managing finances, it makes sense for each to focus on their respective strengths. This specialization can lead to a more efficiently run household, allowing both partners to benefit from the division of labor. However, modern relationships challenge traditional gender roles and expectations. Dual-income households are now the norm rather than the exception, and the negotiation over household responsibilities has become more complex. The balance of work and family life requires continuous negotiation and adaptation. Economic principles help us understand these dynamics and the importance of finding equilibrium where both partners feel valued and satisfied with their contributions. The concept of household production further illustrates the intersection of love and economics. Households produce goods and services that contribute to the well-being of their members, from meals and clean clothes to emotional support and companionship. The time and effort invested in these activities can be seen as inputs in a production process, with the output being the overall happiness and stability of the household. By viewing household activities through an economic lens, we can better appreciate the value of both paid and unpaid labor within the home. Marriage itself can be viewed as an economic contract, where partners agree to share resources and responsibilities in pursuit of mutual benefits. This perspective helps explain why marriage rates are influenced by economic factors. During times of economic prosperity, marriage rates tend to rise, while economic downturns often lead to declines in marriage and increases in cohabitation. The decision to marry or cohabit involves weighing the costs and benefits, including financial stability, legal protections, and social expectations. Economic considerations also play a role in the timing of marriage and family formation. Many couples delay marriage and childbearing until they achieve financial stability and career goals. This delay is influenced by the rising costs of education, housing, and child rearing, as well as the desire for both partners to establish their individual identities and careers before committing to family life. Interestingly, the economics of love also extend to the concept of opportunity cost in relationships. Every decision to spend time or resources on one activity means forgoing another. For couples, this might mean choosing between career advancement and spending quality time together, or deciding whether to invest in a home or travel the world. Understanding these trade-offs helps partners make more informed choices that align with their long-term goals and values. While economics provides valuable insights into the dynamics of love and relationships, it's essential to recognize the emotional and social dimensions that also play a critical role. Love is not merely a transaction, but a complex interplay of emotions, trust, and mutual support. By integrating economic principles with empathy and communication, couples can build stronger, more resilient partnerships. In conclusion, the intersection of love and economics is both intricate and illuminating. By applying economic concepts to our relationships, we gain a deeper understanding of the forces that shape our decisions and behaviors. This knowledge empowers us to navigate the complexities of partnership with greater clarity and purpose, ultimately enhancing the quality of our relationships and our lives. Chapter 5. Marriage is a fine institution. Marriage has long been considered one of the most significant social institutions, and its economic dimensions are as complex as they are impactful. As we explore how economics influences marriage, we'll delve into the ways financial stability, division of labor, and societal expectations shape this enduring institution. Financial stability is a major factor in the decision to marry. Historically, marriage has often been a means of securing economic resources and social status. In modern times, while love and companionship are primary motivators, economic considerations remain crucial. Couples often delay marriage until they feel financially secure, a trend that reflects broader economic realities, such as the rising cost of living, student debt, and the pursuit of career goals. The economic principle of comparative advantage plays a significant role in the dynamics of marriage. This principle suggests that partners can maximize their combined productivity and well-being by specializing in tasks where they have a relative efficiency. In the context of marriage, this often translates into a division of labor where each partner takes on roles that best suit their skills and preferences. For example, one partner might focus on earning income while the other manages household responsibilities. However, modern marriages frequently challenge traditional gender roles, with both partners often contributing to both income generation and household management. The negotiation of household responsibilities is an ongoing process in marriage. Economic principles help explain why these negotiations can be complex and sometimes contentious. Each partner brings different resources, constraints, and preferences to the table. Effective communication and a clear understanding of each other's needs and contributions are essential for finding a balance that works for both parties. The goal is to achieve a state of equilibrium where both partners feel their contributions are valued and their needs are met. Marriage also involves a form of economic contract, with legal and financial implications. Married couples often benefit from legal protections and financial advantages, such as tax breaks, shared health insurance, and inheritance rights. These benefits provide a form of economic security that can be particularly important during times of crisis, such as illness or unemployment. The concept of opportunity cost is relevant in marriage as well. Every decision a couple makes involves trade-offs. For example, deciding to have children may require one or both partners to scale back their careers, affecting their long-term earning potential. Conversely, focusing on career advancement might delay or reduce the likelihood of starting a family. Understanding these trade-offs helps couples make informed decisions that align with their shared goals and values. Marriage is also influenced by societal expectations and norms. In many cultures, there is significant social pressure to marry and to conform to certain roles within the marriage. These norms can shape behaviors and decisions, sometimes in ways that are at odds with economic logic. For example, the expectation that men should be the primary breadwinners can place undue pressure on male partners, while limiting the career opportunities and economic contributions of female partners. Economic instability and external shocks, such as recessions or pandemics, can have profound effects on marriage rates and dynamics. During economic downturns, marriage rates often decline as individuals and couples face increased financial uncertainty. Conversely, periods of economic prosperity can lead to higher marriage rates as people feel more secure in their ability to support a family. Interestingly, the economics of marriage also includes the concept of marriage markets. Just as labor markets match employers with employees, marriage markets match individuals with potential partners. Factors such as education, income, and social status play significant roles in these markets, influencing who marries whom. Higher educational attainment and income can increase an individual's attractiveness in the marriage market, while disparities in these areas can lead to imbalances and challenges in finding suitable partners. Marriage markets are also influenced by demographic trends. For example, shifts in gender ratios, cultural attitudes towards marriage, and changes in population age structures can all impact the availability and desirability of potential partners. These demographic factors can create thin or thick marriage markets, affecting the ease with which individuals can find compatible partners. In summary, marriage is deeply intertwined with economic principles. From financial stability and division of labor to societal expectations and demographic trends, understanding the economics of marriage provides valuable insights into this fundamental social institution. By applying these principles, couples can navigate the complexities of marriage with greater awareness and make decisions that enhance their mutual well-being and long-term happiness. Chapter 6: Bringing Home the Bacon. The dynamics of financial contributions and economic roles within a household have evolved significantly over time. Understanding how these changes impact relationships and marriage can provide valuable insights into the intricate balance of modern partnerships. Traditionally, the breadwinner model dominated, with one partner, typically the man, earning the income, while the other partner, typically the woman, managed the home and children. This model was grounded in economic necessity and societal norms. However, as women entered the workforce and gender roles began to shift, the economic structure of households transformed dramatically. Today, dual-income households are common, and the economic contributions of both partners are often crucial for maintaining the household's standard of living. This shift brings both opportunities and challenges. On the one hand, dual incomes can provide greater financial stability and allow for a higher standard of living. On the other hand, balancing two careers with household responsibilities requires careful negotiation and collaboration. Economic theories of household production can help explain these dynamics. Each partner's time and effort can be viewed as inputs into the production of household goods and services, such as meals, childcare, and home maintenance. By specializing in different tasks based on their skills and preferences, partners can increase the overall efficiency and productivity of the household. However, finding the right balance requires ongoing communication and a willingness to adapt as circumstances change. The economic concept of bargaining power is particularly relevant in dual-income households. Bargaining power can be influenced by various factors, including income, education, and social connections. Partners who contribute more financially may feel they have greater leverage in decision-making processes. However, it's essential to recognize the value of non-monetary contributions, such as childcare and household management, which are equally critical to the household's functioning and well-being. One of the challenges in dual-income households is managing the second shift, a term coined by sociologist Ali Hochschild to describe the additional work that many women undertake at home after their paid workday ends. Despite significant progress in gender equality, women often still shoulder a disproportionate share of household and caregiving responsibilities. This imbalance can lead to stress and conflict, highlighting the importance of equitable division of labor and mutual support within the household. Economic pressures and career demands can also influence relationship dynamics. For instance, job relocations, long working hours, and career advancement opportunities can strain relationships, particularly if one partner's career takes precedence over the other's. Couples must navigate these challenges by setting priorities, making compromises, and supporting each other's professional goals. The decision to have children introduces additional economic considerations. Childcare costs, parental leave policies, and the potential impact on career trajectories are all factors that couples must weigh. The opportunity cost of time spent raising children versus pursuing career advancement can be significant. Many couples choose to delay or limit the number of children they have based on these economic calculations. In some cases, the economic benefits of marriage and dual incomes are offset by the costs associated with divorce. Legal fees, division of assets, and the financial impact of maintaining separate households can be substantial. Understanding these potential costs can influence decisions about marriage, cohabitation, and financial planning. Financial transparency and joint financial planning are critical components of a healthy relationship. Open discussions about income, expenses, savings, and financial goals help build trust and ensure that both partners are aligned in their financial strategies. Establishing a household budget, setting joint financial goals, and regularly reviewing financial progress can help prevent misunderstandings and conflicts related to money. In conclusion, the economics of household financial contributions and roles is complex and multifaceted. As gender roles continue to evolve and both partners contribute financially, the need for effective negotiation, communication, and collaboration becomes increasingly important. By understanding and applying economic principles to their financial and household decisions, couples can create more equitable and satisfying partnerships, ultimately enhancing their overall well-being and happiness. Chapter 7. The next generation comes of age. As children grow up and enter the realm of adolescence, their understanding of love and relationships begins to take shape. The economic principles that influence their choices and behaviors during this formative period are both fascinating and revealing. Teenagers are heavily influenced by the economic environment in which they are raised. Family income, parental education levels, and access to resources all play significant roles in shaping their attitudes toward relationships and sex. For example, teens from wealthier families often have greater access to education, extracurricular activities, and supportive networks, which can delay their engagement in risky behaviors compared to their peers from lower-income families. Education itself is a powerful economic force in shaping teen behavior. Schools that provide comprehensive sex education promote academic achievement and offer extracurricular opportunities, create an environment where teens are more likely to make informed and responsible decisions. The opportunity cost of engaging in risky sexual behavior is higher for teens who see a clear path to college and career success, as they have more to lose by jeopardizing their future prospects. Peer influence is another critical factor during adolescence. Teens often look to their friends for cues on how to behave, and this can create a powerful feedback loop. In economic terms, this is similar to the concept of network effects, where the behavior of a group influences the choices of its members. If a teen's peer group values academic success and responsible behavior, they are more likely to adopt those values. Conversely, if risky behaviors are normalized within the group, individuals may feel pressure to conform. The rise of social media has added a new dimension to this dynamic. Platforms like Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok allow teens to curate their identities and seek validation from a broader audience. This digital interaction can amplify peer influence and create additional pressures to engage in behaviors that may not align with their best interests. The constant exposure to idealized images and lifestyles can also lead to unrealistic expectations about relationships and self-worth. Economic disparities also manifest in the availability and use of contraception among teens. Access to affordable and effective birth control is unevenly distributed, often correlating with socioeconomic status. Teens from lower-income families may face barriers to obtaining contraception due to cost, lack of access to healthcare, or limited education about their options. This can result in higher rates of unintended pregnancies and sexually transmitted infections among disadvantaged youth. The role of parents in shaping teen behavior cannot be overstated. Economic principles, such as investment in human capital, apply here as well. Parents who invest time and resources in their children's education, extracurricular activities, and overall well-being are essentially investing in their future success. This investment helps to build a foundation of knowledge, self-discipline, and resilience that can guide teens through the complexities of adolescence. Interestingly, the concept of delayed gratification comes into play during this stage of life. Teens who learn to delay immediate rewards for greater future benefits often fare better in their academic and personal lives. This ability to prioritize long-term goals over short-term pleasures is a valuable skill that can be nurtured through supportive parenting and positive reinforcement. The transition from adolescence to adulthood is marked by significant economic decisions, such as pursuing higher education, entering the workforce, and forming long-term relationships. The choices teens make during this period are influenced by their upbringing, education, and peer networks. Those who have been equipped with a strong foundation of knowledge, resources, and support are better positioned to navigate these decisions successfully. Understanding the economic forces at play during adolescence provides valuable insights into how we can better support the next generation. By addressing disparities in education, access to resources, and parental support, we can help create an environment where all teens have the opportunity to make informed, responsible choices about their relationships and future. The interplay between economics and adolescence is a powerful reminder of the broader social and economic structures that shape our lives from an early age. Chapter 8: Naughty by Nature. Human sexuality is a complex interplay of biology, psychology, and social factors. But economics also plays a crucial role in shaping sexual behavior and preferences. Understanding the economic principles behind these behaviors can provide a deeper insight into why people make the choices they do. One of the fundamental economic concepts that applies to sexual behavior is the idea of incentives. People respond to incentives in predictable ways, and this extends to their sexual decisions. For instance, the availability and accessibility of contraception and safe sex practices significantly influence sexual behavior. When the cost, in terms of health risks and potential unintended pregnancies, is lowered by accessible contraception, individuals may feel more inclined to engage in sexual activity. Similarly, social and financial incentives can impact sexual behavior. In societies where sexual freedom is more accepted, and there are fewer stigmas attached to premarital sex, individuals may feel less pressure to conform to traditional norms. Conversely, in societies with strict social and financial penalties for certain sexual behaviors, people may be more likely to abstain or hide their actions. The concept of opportunity cost also comes into play. Opportunity cost is the value of the best alternative foregone in making a choice. For example, the opportunity cost of engaging in risky sexual behavior might include the potential loss of future relationships, health, and social standing. Individuals weigh these costs against the immediate benefits of their actions when making decisions. Behavioral economics further explains how cognitive biases and social influences shape sexual behavior. For example, the herd behavior phenomenon can lead people to follow the sexual norms and behaviors of their peer group, even if those behaviors do not align with their personal values or long-term interests. Similarly, the availability heuristic might cause individuals to overestimate the prevalence of certain behaviors based on their visibility in media and social circles, thereby influencing their own actions. The economics of sexual markets is another fascinating aspect. In this context, sexual markets refer to the dynamics of finding and selecting sexual partners. Just like in traditional markets, supply and demand play crucial roles. The availability of potential partners, societal norms around exclusivity and monogamy, and individual preferences all interact to shape the sexual marketplace. For instance, in environments where there are more women than men, men might have greater bargaining power and vice versa. The concept of sexual capital is analogous to human capital in the labor market. Sexual capital refers to the attributes and qualities that make an individual desirable as a sexual or romantic partner. These attributes can include physical appearance, charisma, social skills, and even financial status. Just like investing in education or skills can increase one's human capital, individuals can invest in themselves to enhance their sexual capital, thereby increasing their attractiveness and bargaining power in the sexual market. Risk and uncertainty are inherent in sexual behavior, much like in economic decisions. Individuals must navigate the risks of sexually transmitted infections, STIs, unintended pregnancies, and emotional consequences. The availability of reliable information and access to healthcare can mitigate these risks, influencing people's choices. When people are better informed about safe sex practices and have access to healthcare services, they are more likely to engage in safer sexual behaviors. Social and economic disparities also play a significant role in sexual behavior. Economic hardship can lead to higher rates of risky sexual behavior due to limited access to contraception, healthcare, and education. Moreover, individuals in economically disadvantaged situations might engage in transactional sex or relationships as a means of financial survival, highlighting the intersection of economics and sexual behavior. The economic principle of externalities is also relevant here. Sexual behavior can have externalities, both positive and negative, that affect others. Positive externalities might include the emotional and psychological benefits of a loving relationship, while negative externalities could involve the spread of STIs or unintended pregnancies that have broader social implications. Public health initiatives aimed at promoting safe sex practices are an attempt to manage these externalities and improve overall societal welfare. In sum, human sexual behavior is deeply intertwined with economic principles. By understanding the incentives, costs, and market dynamics that influence sexual decisions, we gain a richer understanding of why people behave the way they do. This perspective not only enhances our comprehension of human sexuality, but also informs policies and interventions aimed at promoting healthier, more informed sexual behaviors. Chapter 9: Love in the Sunset. As we enter the later stages of life, the dynamics of love and relationships evolve yet again. The golden years bring new challenges and opportunities, and economic principles continue to play a significant role in shaping how we navigate love and companionship in this phase. Retirement marks a major life transition that significantly impacts relationships. For many couples, the shift from a work-focused life to one of leisure and relaxation can alter the dynamics of their relationship. Economic factors such as retirement savings, pensions, and healthcare costs become crucial considerations. Couples who have planned well for retirement may find themselves with the financial stability to enjoy this period, while those who haven't may face stress and uncertainty. One important economic concept relevant to retirement is the life cycle hypothesis, which suggests that individuals plan their consumption and savings behavior over their lifetime. Ideally, people save during their working years to support themselves during retirement. The adequacy of these savings can greatly influence the quality of life and relationships in later years. Financial security allows retirees to engage in activities they enjoy, travel, and spend time with loved ones without the stress of financial instability. Health is another critical factor that influences love and relationships in the sunset years. Medical expenses can be a significant economic burden, and the need for healthcare increases with age. Access to quality healthcare and the ability to afford it are vital for maintaining a good quality of life. Couples may find themselves making difficult decisions about caregiving, long-term care, and living arrangements based on their health and financial situation. The economic principle of opportunity cost also applies in retirement. Retirees must decide how to allocate their time and resources, balancing leisure activities, family responsibilities, and personal interests. The opportunity cost of choosing one activity over another becomes more pronounced when considering the finite amount of time and energy available. For example, spending time traveling might mean less time spent with grandchildren, and vice versa. Widowhood and singlehood are also common experiences in later life, particularly for women, who statistically tend to outlive men. These transitions can have significant economic and emotional impacts. Losing a spouse often results in a decrease in household income and an increase in living expenses. Additionally, the emotional toll of losing a lifelong partner can affect overall well-being and mental health. Economic security can influence the likelihood of seeking new relationships in later life. Those with sufficient financial resources may feel more comfortable dating and potentially remarrying, while those facing economic hardships might be more hesitant. Social security benefits, pension plans, and retirement savings can all play a role in these decisions. Social networks and community involvement become increasingly important in the later years. Economic principles such as social capital come into play here. Social capital refers to the networks, relationships, and norms that facilitate collective action and provide support. For retirees, maintaining strong social connections can enhance their quality of life and provide emotional and practical support. Communities that offer activities, clubs, and social gatherings for seniors help foster these connections. The concept of intergenerational transfer is also relevant. Many retirees are involved in providing financial or caregiving support to their adult children and grandchildren. This transfer of resources can affect the retiree's own financial stability and well-being. Conversely, receiving support from younger family members can alleviate some of the economic pressures faced by seniors. Housing decisions are another crucial aspect of love and relationships in later life. Downsizing, moving to a retirement community, or aging in place are all options that come with their own economic considerations. The costs associated with maintaining a home, property taxes, and potential renovations for accessibility must be weighed against the benefits of staying in a familiar environment. Travel and leisure activities often take center stage in retirement plans, reflecting the desire to enjoy the fruits of a lifetime of labor. The ability to travel and engage in hobbies is closely tied to financial security. Retirees with ample savings can explore new places, pursue interests, and spend time with loved ones without the constraints of work schedules or financial concerns. In conclusion, the sunset years bring a unique set of economic and emotional considerations that shape love and relationships. Financial security, health, social networks, and housing decisions all play crucial roles in determining the quality of life and relationships during this phase. By understanding these economic principles, retirees can make informed decisions that enhance their well-being and maintain strong, fulfilling relationships as they enjoy the golden years. Chapter 10, Final Thoughts. Reflecting on the intricate relationship between economics and love, we can see how deeply interconnected these two aspects of human life are. From the carefree days of youth to the complexities of marriage and the challenges of retirement, economic principles help us understand the choices we make in our most intimate relationships. Throughout our journey, we've explored how economic forces shape sexual behavior, dating dynamics, marriage negotiations, and the balance of work and family life. We've delved into the impact of education, income, and social norms on our romantic decisions, and seen how technology has transformed the landscape of love and sex. Understanding these economic principles not only enhances our knowledge, but also empowers us to make more informed decisions in our personal lives. By recognizing the incentives, costs, and trade-offs involved in our relationships, we can navigate the complexities of love with greater clarity and purpose. As we move forward, it's important to remember that while economics provides a valuable lens for understanding love and sex, it's just one part of the equation. Emotions, cultural values, and individual experiences also play crucial roles in shaping our relationships. Integrating economic insights with empathy, communication, and mutual respect can help us build stronger, more fulfilling connections with those we care about. So, as you continue your journey through life and love, keep these insights in mind. Use them to enrich your understanding, guide your choices, and ultimately enhance the quality of your relationships. Here's to navigating the fascinating interplay of dollars and sex with wisdom and heart.